Lucky Boys Podcast.
You know, I'm not saying the yellow taxi industry is not without its faults. I'm here to try to change that too. Look, we have a terrible PR problem, and we need to eradicate that. And we have to. And I think fundamentally, when the foundation of yellow taxi, we have to hit it through the schools, teaching them, hey, look, be proud of what you do. I think a lot of these guys are just driving crazy. Our reputation is reckless driving, rude drivers, and basically dirty cabs. There's so many things in the industry. Like a lot of the dirty cabs are from the garages because they just don't care, because they were just leasing it out to these guys who were paying high leasing rates. You're talking about $800 a week, but during the time when it was like the peak of yellow taxi, they were making enough, for themselves. But look, you're paying $800 a week to lease out this vehicle that's dirty. Why would the driver feel like the need to go and try to get it cleaned? And they're just trying to make as much as they can.
Right.
It became like this really bad system.
Oh, so the owner operators and the cabs are coming from, I guess, the garages are being leased out. They're totally separate.
Totally separate. And these guys, and I've seen,
I didn't know that.
They take care of their cars.
Yeah, I've been in cabs where the seats were shredded. You could see the foam coming out.
It's
and
bad.
The smell, the stench, or
that's what the TLC
or they refuse to turn on the air conditioning, and it was like dead of summer, and they'll just roll down the windows.
They're crazy.
And if they did turn on the AC, you could tell that the AC wasn't on, like at my request, and you could tell that the AC wasn't on for a while, and that dust and that smell was just gross. And I'm like, you know what? No, that's fine. To leave it off.
Yeah, right.
I'll roll down the damn windows.
Yeah. And there's like, there's just so many things that we can do. TLC should be the one who, oversees all this, right? See the cars. Really look at the garages, because they don't care. These garages, they just want to try to get as much money as they can.
Right.
And that became like a problem. And the switching, there's a lot of people that, when they deny them going to Brooklyn and all that, it might be during the peak times, because that's when they switch off, right? So they have to drive back to Queens. And if you're going to Brooklyn, they get a penalty if they come back late.
Right.
So it became just a backwards, it's such a weird way that the yellow taxi was working. And so I want you to know that there are drivers like, I have to take care of my car. Of course it's mine. Like I want my business to be nice and clean. And I hate it. I mean, I love it when passengers come in and say, oh, clean cab. But I'm just like, how often do you get in dirty cabs? And for them to say something like that. Yeah. And I talk to them about, I'd be like, I'm so sorry. Like I wish that, but mainly those cabs are I'm telling you, it's from garages, and they just don't.
There should be some oversight, and there should be fees. I mean, because they give you guys a bad name. The good drivers like you, medallion owners like you. And I know there are several others that have a lot of pride and just a sense of cleanliness when it comes to their cab. They want people to feel welcomed and happy with that experience. And I mean, that's why Uber and Lyft, they came in, and it was, for me, when I first came to New York City and I sat in one of those, I was like, whoa, this is different. I'm tall, number one, there's more legroom, and it was cleaner.
Get a bottle of water. It's clean.
They gave me in the beginning, they were so nice. They would get candies.
They would wear suits. It became like kind of like a chauffeur anytime you wanted to call. And they advertised it as that.
Right. And the pricing up front is huge.
Of course it is, because how much you're gonna pay. And then with our for us, we knew that the meter. I knew that the meter is very anxiety driven. Right. It jumps. Yeah. Anytime you sit at a red light, you jump, and you're just like you just think about it. And I just think that there should be a way where we can. It's so easy, right? Like how far is it? How long it's going to take? You already be able to calculate that. And the company I've been working with, we have that. Right. It's upfront pricing, and we have that. But yet it's hard to take off, because these drivers are. One, they're just like apps. They're older, some of them, or they just don't get enough requests because we don't have enough money to promote it enough. So there's the people of New York can request and try to ask and stuff like that.
I remember when yellow cabs were fighting against having credit card payments settled in their vehicles. And look, you have to change with the times if you want your business to thrive.
That's another thing. Yeah.
You have to change with time.
Yeah,
you have to.
Yeah, and I admit that. Like, you know, of course we do, and I want to fix that.
Yeah.
We have to really get with it right now. We're not attracting drivers, and we're definitely not attracting passengers.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of like mutual interest between city agencies and city officials that want to keep us around.
Yeah.
You know, but they're like, you guys have to solve it, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. No, we do, but we need TLC's help. They're ignoring us. I have these ideas, and they're not even trying to listen to me.
Because they're not looking for a solution.
They're not looking for solutions. And I think that there's so many things that they can do. They end up just like, you know, really penalizing these drivers. What's the number one thing that you know? So what the TLC does is it makes it so easy for you to report a driver, like whether or not they're just not they're not nice, they're driving reckless, or they almost hit you or something like that. It's just so easy. You call 311, you get their medallion number. Like if I cut off somebody, I'm already at fault. There's no way I'm winning that case, even though, like, unless I have a dash cam and I'm trying to explain. But that person could say anything about me, and I would get. They would reprimand me.
They would?
There'll be no
hearing.
court because you could try to fight the hearing, but from what I heard, I've never been in that situation. You basically get you just like don't even worth it. Just pay the lawyer to try to help you out as much as you can, but you got reprimanded. Like, don't do it. You know, it's crazy.
Really? Because I heard rumors the other way. I heard that if you get hit, or something happens, or a cab driver crashes into your car or anything, good luck dealing with them, because they have like really good advocates or lawyers or insurance policies, and it makes it almost impossible for you to win a case against them.
Oh, I don't know about that, because
I heard it like the opposite way from several.
I mean, no, I'm talking
folks.
about like if the TLC reprimands me, but for them to be able to get I pay like every month is like for liability insurance, it's like $350.
And you pay the TLC for that?
No, they have there's like a monopoly between, I say it's like a duopoly between two insurance companies that basically they're gonna check this out, they're gonna raise the price, the premium to 10% during a time when
during the pandemic.
Of course,
like
why would they're willing to do something like that? Like they don't care. It's
so insane.
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally,
it sounds like they're trying to get rid of the yellow cab.
Yeah, right? No, exactly.
Everything is pointing towards that.
That's what I'm saying.
It just makes no sense. You would think that you're just trying to help these struggling guys.
It would be weird the day that we look at. It would be very weird that day we look at New York City and there's no more yellow cabs. Yeah.